Oh, hello. I was muted there. Sorry about that. I was talking yet muted. Good morning, Rob. Still driving? All right. Yeah, I guess you can drive if you want to. Looking at AMD. I guess some news came out about Intel being behind or something like that. AMD not super bullish at the moment. Did get up a little bit on the news, but it appears that we're selling off a little bit. We'll see how that handles the open. IBD told me coronavirus death spiked, so markets were down. I continually see the Nasdaq up. For some reason they're talking about the Dow Jones. I don't know what's going on there. So AMD put itself in a really nice position yesterday. Just really needs to follow through. Had a beautiful um, pocket pivot. That's the term. Beautiful pocket pivot. All right, looks like we're pretty green. Is NIO at the top again? Holy shite. NIO once again towards the top, still under the auspices of that large volume candle here, but not by much at all. Actually, we're clear of it. Wow, NIO. Make me look like a fool. That is a tremendous run for NIO. Net up 6% today. Big jump for the Big Daddy. Looks like they had a price target raised to 52 from 30 at JP Morgan, so look to sell that. I'm just joking. Just look at the price chart. Don't sell just based on an analysis announcement. Um, Zixi, TRN, Netflix Ring, Peloton up a little bit. Not a very runny day at the open. Quite a little bit. Hui is down about a percent. When Beyond Meat, loser of the day, 3.5%. Nicola Genus right down there with it. What's up, Mahale? Yeah, AMD. AMD broke out well, I can't say it broke out yesterday, but it had a bellwether day. The question is it going to continue or fall flat on its face? I was actually kind of looking at AMD later after hours yesterday, and we have another kind of a bit of a copycat pattern, if you will. So broader cup and handle right here. And then we have this big cup and handle up here as well. And this thing had a couple attempts at highs before making a new low, hitting the 200 and then going. So it seems to be respecting its 200 very well. So I'm just a little bit trepidatious that it may go there. It may try to just pause itself until it hits that 200 again, which would be like October. I don't know. On the fence about it. It's just gotta perform, otherwise it's gonna falter. I'd rather it not falter, obviously. What's up, Ellie? So anyway, we'll see what happens. All right, coming back with a quickness, AMD. Hui is now down 2%. Come on, I'm hitting the damn button. Okay, let's do it the old-fashioned way. And there we go. All right, so Hui with actually a bit of a doji yesterday. Didn't quite realize that. So an indecision day yesterday, and we'll see what happens in the future here. Chinese stocks had a decent day yesterday, at least I know some of them did. YY still consolidating. Baidu trying to get up. EDU is another one we were looking at. It was in highs yesterday, stayed up there, so that's good. Tesla down, pays, Octo win, who is Space down. Not by much. Looking pretty good. All right, let's go back to the top. All right, NAO come down a little bit. Net with a price target upgrade by JP Morgan this morning. On AMD's now back up here towards the top. Nvidia, yeah, it's had a really good run. It's had a nice little bounce up here, all green days for about the past, was it 2 weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So almost 2 weeks of straight up days. Maybe we'll break that today. I don't know. Oh, AMD 1.4. All right, you gonna get some? You gonna get some finally, AMD? We've been waiting patiently, more patient than my 6-year-old son. So I guess we'll see what happens here. Let's go check out the global watch list. NIO, Trend, Excel, Netflix. How's Netflix doing? A little bit of a sell-off. Oh, NASDAQ down 0.3. I think we mentioned, was it yesterday or the day before? I don't remember. We talked about this channel and how it would be very weird for the NASDAQ to just blast above the channel all of a sudden. So that's an interesting level where we're at on the NASDAQ futures. And I think we're seeing some of that trepidation in the markets. I mean, if we did blast up on the futures, I think that would put us in definitely a more climactic run. So we've been running here for about, looks like 3 months, a little bit, even further than that, but in this particular channel. So a move up would I mean, I think it would definitely lead to some type of a topping action. But I mean, who knows? Hard to say exactly. The Bollinger Bands are actually expanding. I know I have a lot going on with the CS chart. So this red line is the Bollinger Band top. Ah, taking you guys on a roller coaster ride. So there's your Bollinger Band top. And it's in a very good clip right now. And we're not really, so here it narrowed and then we ended up rallying to the upside. We talked about narrowing Bollinger Bands means an expansion in price action is likely incoming. And this one, luckily, right, expanded to the upside. So we're pretty tight. Then we got narrow, a couple of bobbles. Now we're expanding again. So I don't know. Maybe we can just ride it up. But we do eventually come back and retest this middle point every once in a while. So at some stage we could have a big pullback like that. I don't think that's unexpected. Nobody wants it to happen, but it probably will. Did AMD fly negative on us? I don't see it. It did. It definitely flew negative on us. Okay, so maybe that's not a good sign. What do we have up here today? Zixi, Trin, which I'm not even sure. Oh yeah, that's a real stock. That is a real stock. Okay. Thought it was an ETF for bonds, but it's not. NIL, net with a big reversal too. Other than that, most of our stuff's in the red this morning. Space, Nikola. Here's AMD, just making people's lives hell. Not a big fan of that action. That's bigger volume than yesterday on the breakdown. That's not bueno. Can't say I'm happy about that. I don't know, it may be a disqualifier for me. I may close this. May close it. I think I'm gonna close it. I may be getting scared up here, but I don't mind. So you got at about break even on it. It's a very ominous start to the day. I'll just say that. I'll just say that. Very ominous start to the day. All right, so AMD calming down a little bit, but that volume is very heavy. Market almost zero point 0.5 down. Let's give it a little bit. UAL green. We're back to that again. UAL had a really bad day actually yesterday. It's down about 7% if I could catch up to it, which I can't. There we go. Had actually an expansion day down yesterday. Interesting that we would be, well, it ebbs and flows. We're not near the ultimate low, nor are we near our defensive or resistive trend line, I guess is a good way to put it. Good volume on UAL on the upside, so topsy-turvy day today. NIO and net still holding up, and AMD trying to bounce back. Damn it. There we go. Now I can look at it. UAL 17 support. Well, yeah, yeah, I think that would be support. We shouldn't, ideally, we don't get down there though. If you're looking along this thing at some point, you don't want to get down to 17. You want a higher high. Well, it's already double bottomed right here. I mean, I would rather UAL go up sooner rather than later. If it comes down here, it's probably going to stay down. If it can break this trend line to the upside, then I think you may have a shot. But it's actually mentioned yesterday, it came back down to this kind of breakout point here. And we weren't quite actually a couple days ago. Now we're down at the level. We weren't at the level a couple days ago. We were above it at the 50 day. I think Rob was mentioning a 50 day for UAL. And we were down there near this prior breakup area when we had that run. Triple bottom with whipped cream, sounding like a 6-year-old. Dow and S&P green. Let's go take a look. I'm not sure. DJX would be the Dow equivalent. And ES would be the futures. And there's the NQs again, down about zero point 0.4. Yeah, they've actually been trading opposite. Yesterday, the Nasdaq was green, everything else was down. Work. Yesterday's candle. That's a good little bullish candle. Yeah, it dropped off and came all the way back up. Um, it's not really I guess it's towards a breakout area. I don't know. This chart doesn't look extremely inviting. I just got to say that. Yeah, it just doesn't look extremely inviting. I'd rather play in other cups of tea. Yeah, doesn't look very like an excellent choice. Try to stay with an excellent choice if we can. Net's been an excellent choice. That's been really good, consolidating nicely right there. Had a nice consolidation there with a breakout, another consolidation. Test of the 20, moving averages caught up, and then another breakout this morning with some distribution on top. Well, a 5-year-old without sleep would just, that would look like LK, just flat at the bottom. I've had some pretty cool days where James just put himself to bed. He's like, "Yeah, I'm tired, Dad. I'm going to bed." And he's and sometimes doesn't even say that. He just goes to bed. You're like, "What, James?" And you walk in his room and oh, he's asleep. All right, who is up 1%? Is AMD going to come back up? Ah, good. Big scary candle. Maybe AMD office meds. That is a lot of volume, though. 4 million. It's like 4.5 million shares in those two opening candles. Okay, pretty cool, Ellie. I'll check it out. Joe Rogan stuff's pretty good. Is he still on YouTube or Spotify's like next year, isn't it? Gilead says COVID drug cuts death risk. Oh yeah, you want to give us the what does TLDR mean anyways? Too long. Should mean too old because that's me. I'm too old to know what TLDR means. Give us a short and sweet version. Zixi 8%. Oh, too long didn't read. Weird. All right, what's down today? Beyond Meat. Oh, it was looking good. Now you got a small head and shoulders pattern in. Yeah, Cliff Notes. There you go. That was too long to type with your thumb, so got shortened to TLDR by Kids. MongoDB, Peloton. AMD now all the way back up. Do you not sleep 6+ hours, Ellie? I feel great if I get a good, 7, 8 hours in. You sleep 6. I think it depends on the person. I don't know. I really do think it depends on the person. Like there's people that are allergic to gluten and all kinds of stuff, and I know one of those people. Or there's people that can eat anything, like me, and it doesn't matter. You know, people people could eat my diet and get fat. People could eat my diet and stay skinny. I happen to be one of the stay skinny side. So I mean, there's families that sleep 4 hours a night, 3 hours a night. All right, Tesla been very, very nice and tight up here. Been waiting for some kind of a corrective phase, and Tesla hasn't happened yet. We got the run to 14, and we're just hanging up here, hanging out up here so far. Lots of room to go. Here, let's get rid of this extra baggage on the right side of the chart on my 5 minute. There we go. All right, AMD back down a little bit. All right, so topsy-turvy day in the markets today. Zero point 0.4 on the Nasdaq. NIO is still green though. That seems like NIO is never going to have a red day. I called it here first. NIO never going to have a red day. Yeah, right, Rob. Yeah, sometimes. Well, it's actually been pretty neat around here. I mean, we do kind of stay on the phone a little bit too, but we actually what we call family time is where me and the kids and the wife we just jump on the bed and just roll around and do silly stuff. It's more about getting the kids to bed than us to bed, but a lot of times it puts us to bed too because we're just rolling around the bed or laying down together. It's been really nice. Win casinos seem to be maybe turning a corner here. I guess those COVID stocks are having good days today. Is UAL up here as well? There's UAL 2%. Yeah. Seems like everyone forgot about URL, UAL. There you go. It's my Eminem rendition of trading stocks and forgot about Dre song. Yeah, you gotta get off the phones. So, man, it's so hard though. Like everything revolves around these damn phones. Can't wait until the day we don't have a phone and we just kind of know stuff. Yeah, Ellie, that I've definitely heard that true, and it makes sense when you think about it. Just bright light in your eyes and try to go to sleep immediately can be difficult to do. All right. So fairly choppy except for a few pretty decent names actually. Zixie's been really good. Net's just been on fire. NIO. Like I said, I'm calling it never gonna have a red day. Just I'm calling it right now. You put it next to the rest of Ellie's quotes for me. D Dog. How's our buddy D Dog doing? Delicious. Yeah, that's what they say, but if I wear glasses with blue blockers on them, or if you have the blue thing on your phone, do they talk about if that works or not? Because I can't imagine that works fantastically. All right, AMD trying to stay alive. Stay alive, AMD. Well, it's actually not better than nothing. No, wouldn't no phone be better than? Wouldn't no phone be nothing? I just wonder if there's been studies about that. I feel like some of this, I feel like some of this information gets regurgitated in different formats, and the original research gets lost. Therefore, the original meaning gets lost. Well, I guess Ellie, if those were your two choices, use a blue blocker and go to sleep, or never put the phone down until you die. Rob, you gotta get your wife off that phone, man. I try to do that with my wife. It's complicated. Absolutely, Rob. Ellie's been saying that for years. When your wife won't listen, smack the crap out of your wife. Absolutely. What you should do is try to say, "Hey, let's not do screens after 8 o'clock or something like that." I don't know. I'm not sure if you have kids or not. It's probably different before you have kids. Now that I have kids, my kids are trying to jump on the screens, and I'm like, okay, let's put all the screens down after 8 o'clock or so. My wife looks at me like I'm Goebbels. Yeah, I think an hour before sleep is good personally. That's her time after the kids go to bed. Does she not use the phone prior to 8 at all? It's hard to. Yeah, it's tough, man. You don't want to micromanage your family, especially your wife, but sometimes you notice a problem and you just got to speak up. I mean, I'm sure she uses the phone the rest of the day, like everybody else. That's right, Rob. Absolutely right. Well, just I don't know, issue her a challenge. Say, okay, for the next month, and start it in like 2 weeks or something. Say, like, for the next month, let's both just tell her, hey, I read this book, or say, or I don't know, go buy a book on sleep or read a book on sleep or something, and then say, okay, babe, hey, I want to try something. I'm sleeping like crap. How about for the next month, I want to do it with you. Let's do this thing where we don't use our phones an hour before bedtime. Do it with her instead. You can't. That's kind of one of the things I try to do. I try to do it with. I don't try to yell. But then I'm sitting here in my office with a 43-inch TV screaming me in the face. Yeah. Anyway, we all do it. It's not a great thing. All right, NIL coming off its perch a little bit after what seems like months. Seems like NIL's been running for months. Kind of has been, but next still holding up a three. Nasdaq down about 2/3%, just over 0.5%. Actually, know what you guys should do? You're like, okay, if we're gonna use the phone, we're just gonna watch Randy's live stream recording. That'll put her to sleep quick. Quick. The Nasdaq 0.55% up or down. AMD high volume down day. Win looking to find a bottom on a pullback potential entry. We do stocks ASMR style. About done. Not too bad. Pulling back to the trend line. Roku. Fuck me, I missed that move the other day. It was too high to get in. Now I feel like an idiot, and my life is worthless. But that is excellent. I'm going to highlight that with my control key and my space bar. I kind of accept your challenge, Rob. Ellie also wants me to do ASMR streams. I am Batman. Hear me roar. It's tough on the throat. Go Roku. Go Roku. A little bit. I guess a little bit. I can't quite explain it, but yes, it is slightly taxing to whisper for long periods of time. At least for me. Maybe that's why the Presenters pause often. RH. Still not broken out. AMD. Back down. Ish. That's a lot of volume. I'll say this is helping my tinnitus. Very well. But missing the Roku trade is bad. I guess it's maybe still buyable. I had it to 75. Oh, you know what else was breaking out? Papa John's. Papa John's breakout of a flat base. Not bad. That's a little weird. Yeah, Roku. Darn it, we were looking at that. It got really elevated. AMD back down. Don't do that. For crying out loud. They're just patient with this. Probably gonna come down and wait for that stupid 200-day one more time, and then it's probably off to the races, just like last time, right there. It's exactly what they did. They ran up, tested it, and then ran it all the way back down. Not sure it's going to crash immediately. Probably won't, but it'll do what it did last time, just go sideways forever and wait the 200 to catch up, just to piss everyone off. All right, Huya's crawled its way back up into a positive-ish territory. Heroku's probably the best one right now. It's a little bit extended though. It's up quite a few percent from, it's already up 14, 13%. That's too high to get involved. Why am I all weird right here? There we go. There we go. But yeah, Roku coming out right there, not too bad. Well, I started doing that for your wives, so yeah, Rob, you want your, yeah, just watch my video. I'll do ASMR video. 0.76 down for the NASDAQ right now. Yeah, looks like it's having a hard time staying up here. Well, not really staying up here, but I think it's hard for it to go up higher. I talked about the trend line and the, staying up here. That's hard to do unless we just have a crazy breakout, but it's been staying in that range very nicely. Pullback could happen. Hard to jump in front of it though. Who Amazon. Look how vertical Amazon is. Man, you think it's got to get up at some point, right? Just the whole market, not really specifically Amazon, but hey, and my cursor was sitting on Tesla. I think that's a sign. Tesla still looks good. It's actually consolidating. in a very small flag pattern. Okta, AMD down almost 2% again. Soxel down here. Soxel was having looking like it was trying to break out. Actually, had a good day yesterday. It wasn't quite a pocket. Maybe it was a pocket pivot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it was not a pocket pivot. It was a 5-day pocket pivot, though. Too many cords under my desk. What's going on with my thing here? What's happening? What's up with my... Okay, I'm not sure what this is going to unplug. Hold on a second. Oh, it's just my keyboard. My headphones are wrapped around the keyboard. There we go. Such a good keyboard. All right. Sox will cave in a little bit further. Okta. Let me catch up, Okta. Okay, not too bad right there. And AMD down 2%. Trade desk just landed on trade desk. Okay, so maybe hopefully a minor pullback day, nothing else. AMD already undercut the lows of the day. That expansive volume looks like continuing today on AMD, unfortunately. Not as much volume to the sell side this time, but it'll probably still be elevated compared to recent stuff. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. So we're pretty elevated yesterday. Maybe that's a pulling back to anything significant here. There is a pivot point right there we just touched, at least compared to yesterday. Market 0.8%. Soxel Space, Nikola Beyond, and Genus lower. INMD down there as well. We do have some good ones working though. Market does seem to be 60 on a 70-30, 60-40 to the bull side. Yeah, I think it's down here today. Yeah, it's down pretty far today. Nice little pullback in a beautiful day yesterday. I definitely agree with that. Just a beautiful day. So AMD tries to find a bottom down here. Not sure if it's going to. We shall see. Huya still hanging out. Huya with a pretty nice long-term turnaround breakout here. I'm hoping this is going to work out good. Oh. Yeah, wind's not looking so bad in this area. The only problem is that, come on. I guess it's not too much of a problem actually. kind of held this low, a small undercut and rally, and then now we're back down in the undercut and rally, actually supporting this area again. Could be a pretty low risk trade here. It's definitely not textbook. That's some decent bottoming action yesterday. Got the trend line. Your 200 moving average is where we found resistance last time. Just the question is maybe at some point we'll come back and once again find resistance at the 200-day moving average. If we get a rally, that's a pretty substantial rally, about 40%. That's going to screw with my time frame on my chart, isn't it? Darn it, can I just fix this when I cannot. So far so good this morning. You look for, you have right there a touch, an overnight touch, and now a little bull flag. That's not too bad. Volume a little more expansive on the downside yesterday, but that's a good little bull flag this morning. If the market can turn itself around here today, maybe win, maybe UAL too, because if win's going to run, I can assume the whole Corona sector is, I'm going to dub it from now on, may rally back. We'll see. UAL still a little bit away from a trend line. Match trying to bounce off that long-term turnaround trend line. Not bad actually. We talked about this yesterday or the day before, maybe both. Um, all this volume here is because they finally cut ties with IAC. Apparently their parent company was IAC, and so they IPO'd themselves, spun off. We have a higher low, a bit of a trend line right here, if I can draw it, and we held that. Also, the 50-day moving average support as well. So that could get going. That could keep moving up. BLFS has decided to join the party. This one also a long-term turnaround play. Another move back down to the trend line, whatever crazy volume that was the other day. All right, AMD bouncing back again. So that's better than nothing. We didn't sell off further. All right. You guys see anything else interesting? Roku looking great here. Long-term turnaround in play. Back up there to the 175. Definitely not doable, unfortunately. Definitely missed the entry on that one. It's actually not too bad. If it keeps going the way, that could get there in a number of days. So for stock buy, that would definitely wouldn't be a bad run. 56 to 75, about 20 bucks. A little over 10%. Not bad. All right, let's take a walk down here. Netflix going for highs again today. Excellent, excellent price action out of Netflix. Same with Zoom. Lithium Motors seems to be doing that as well. Take Two Interactive. There's a long-term turnaround play, and then a another little consolidation slash base for Take Two Interactive. So that's gone. Kind of low volume, but it's definitely moving in the right direction. Polaris, there's a nice consolidation on Polaris, trying to get up to its long-term turnaround trend line. NIO is stalling up here finally. LVGO, that vertical blast off we talked about, is doing its job. Absolutely doing its job. Datadog, break out of that small consolidation, looking really good there too. Working nicely. VIRT, what is that? That is a nice consolidation. Wonder what it is. Let's take a look. Virtue Financial. Transparent trading solutions meet advanced technology. It's a lot of arrows. Bunch of APIs, huh? Global market maker. Um, we're gonna be doing Virtue Financial EPS this year, not very good. 5 billion, 4.5 billion market cap. Float's good. Margin's good. Sales are great. Hmm. All right, financial services company. Not too bad. Yeah, something like that. Nasdaq back to 0.28. See how AMD is responding to that. They're trying to get healthy a little bit. Match wins, Zixie's up, Roku's still up, Net's doing good. UAL's holding up as well. Nvidia, Tesla back up, Peloton. Nikola rolling over, just a lower high. Are we going to stabilize up here? That's going to be interesting. Very choppy the past 3, 4 days. That's for sure. Tesla, very nice and tight right there. That thing may go on for another big leg up. Oh, AMD turning around after a big sell-off this morning. So far holding stable. Markets trying to hold up too. That Tesla chart, look at that. They got a pretty flat top there at about 1410 if they can escape that. A little bit of distribution at 1429, but that could go on for a nice pop out of Tesla. Let's go look at that a little bit closer. It's hard to sometimes hard to gauge these things, but that's an extraordinarily impressive move from 1,000 to 1,400. So if they can break that, that's going to be an $1,800 target on their heads for a measured move, likely into earnings, which would be 722. I'm just not so sure if they would. I mean, that would have to move quickly, really quickly. The consolidation is already occurring. That's going to be a crazy move if that happens. That's asking a lot. Wow. Huh. They don't even have strike prices in that area. Holy bejesus. Oh, looks like yeah, some options. Yeah, today's Friday, isn't it? So some options expire today. That is that's a lot to ask. That is a lot to ask. Keep watching this AMD situation. We've floundered in this area for a while. Unfortunately, it looks like we're doing the same thing. Unfortunately. We'll see. Nasdaq 0.36, so it's got a little bit of support underneath it. Netflix with a pretty good day here today. Nice little break, nice little move up off of a small channel. Last time I did that, it got sold into for a week down to the 50-day moving average. Could do this under the 20 or the 10 day this time, it's up a little bit more. MongoDB, Soxel, Space. All right, global watch list. Gas log. Talk about being in the dumps. Look at that. $2. Foot Locker. Not doing so hot. BLFS over our long-term trend line. I want to remind myself what BLFS does. Let's put that there. Let's make sure we can see some chat. All right. Violife Solutions. 94% EPS this year. Sales 34. 400 million market cap. That's tiny, tiny. 50% institutional ownership. That can increase. Float is 20 million is actually really, really good. 65% gross margin for it. These are great numbers. What's IBD got to say about this? 91 composite rating. Develops hypnothermic storage and biopreservation media products for cell tissue and organs. Don't know how big that market is, but that's probably what's holding them down. Market's not very large. All right, let's see what some of the leaders in the group are doing. 99 composite rating. About relative strength rating. Oh, there's LVGO right there. Same industry group. Say also Zixi. Zixi LVGO. All part of the same group. Huh. I had no idea. Shows what I know. And I mean, Zixi's just been on fire lately. Roku, more legs up. Tesla's positive. AMD trying to stay up here. Volume's getting pretty declined now. Hopefully, we'll see a direction, something, sometime. And so that Tesla to go to 1800 by the time it had to due to earnings, I guess that's not bad, but that's a lot. That's a lot to risk. It's a 1500 breakout would probably be good. I don't think I have that much cash right now. Nope. 0.12 for the Nasdaq down, so we're holding up pretty good. Pretty good so far. Netflix crept into our top stocks on the actionable list. Or is this global? Nope, it's actionable. VLFS starting to get going. Let's check out this one. Not too bad, not too great. Tesla. You going green, Tesla? We pop out of this channel in the Nasdaq. That'd be absolutely crazy. And then Tesla's gonna go right here too. Let's see if we get some volume in Tesla. If we get volume in Tesla, this thing could go. I'm not sure where it would go, but is it gonna go? Ah, shoot. That price just jumped. I don't know, man. That's all I got, I guess. I could eliminate overnights. There we go. So there's been our downtrend actually in these situations. I like to do that, and it appears we're over the trend line. Yeah, right, Rob? I don't know. Not sure if it'll go today or it'll go Monday. I mean, it hasn't sold. I mean, look at the daily is just phenomenal. Super tight. I mean, it's already extraordinarily vertical. It's hard to think it's gonna jump more vertical. 1500 would be 7% from here. I got a pretty stupid trade on the table. Like, do I pull the trigger here? That's probably a really stupid trade. Holy crap. That changes drastically. Yeah, that would be much better. 0.15 for the NASDAQ. Roku rocking it. Net, Netflix up there. BLFS Zixi. BLFS Zixi, part of the same industry group. I wish I could like color code these. Can I do that? I don't know if I can do that. Can I color code them? I can mark the row, but I'd like to color code. I'd like to color code by industry group. I think that would be good. I never knew BLFS and Zixi were related. They're essentially cousins. All right, so it's just faking up there. It's not actually going to go. I see what you're doing. Cousin brothers. Ooh. Oh, that one cuts deep. That one cuts deep. No, that would be IAC and Match.com. They'd be cousin brothers. And that's just not worth it. All right, I'm taking this trade, taking the Tesla trade. So the bet on this one is going to 1500 today. I'm going to lose this one, by the way. Just going to preface this. This one's going to lose. The bet is for $300. So 290.52 to be exact. And for it to get to 1500 by today. Yeah. About 1,000. About 1,000, yeah. I I probably should have done a covered call on that one. One of those where I sell an option and buy an option, but it's only a couple $100. Last time I did that, if you remember, I would have made like 7 grand or 8,000. Yeah, 7 grand, six, seven. Yeah, I made about 7,000, and I only made like 3,800. This time, um, I'm just gonna do the. I'm not gonna cover it. I mean, it's only 250 bucks, so it's probably not gonna work, but you never know. Crazy Friday, stuff could happen. I probably should just let it ride and not look at it anymore. All right, next up, Roku. Ah, Uh, I had a Roku trade on. Not on, like took the position, but I was looking at a Roku trade. So Tesla's got to get to like 7%. So if it's not up by 3% in 30 minutes, it's dead money. AMD still down here. NIO getting back up. There's a longer term trend line I've got supported right there for NIO. It's like that's the one I should have sold off of. Actually, yeah, that one would have I'd still be in this baby. And at 1.2. Well, yeah, that's a much bigger gain actually at 1.2, but yeah. I don't know, man. You never know where the low is. That's the hard part about that. You could, think about it. If you look at 100 stocks a day, you're gonna write down how many times you want to buy something. Just write it down. Oh, I want to buy this here. I want to buy this here. I want to buy this here. And then at the end of the day, you can go through and write a little blurb about why you want to buy it, convictions and stuff like that. And then look back at your journal from like 6 months ago. If you do that enough, you'll find that on balance, you should not have bought the low because you'd have ended up down, tons and tons of percents. All right, Tesla's pulling back in. There goes my whatever $100. Like if it's gonna go today, it may go big because it's Tesla, but we'll see. Yeah, $300. Hmm. All right, Roku looking too excellent. Sucks to miss that one. God, we're on top of them. I just never pull that trigger at the right time. I don't know if I need a more definitive watch list strategy, probably. I need to have a written watch list to keep me focused on those names that have potential. We seem pretty extended right now at the moment overall. Very difficult to jump into something when it's up, dozens of percent. Cleaning up my desk here if you guys heard some clanking. Amazon just in fuego. Look at that. Look at that long-term turnaround. That worked out beautifully. It's like everyone started believing in Amazon and Tesla at the same time. Wow, we're almost positive on the NASDAQ. That's impressive. And AMD is still lower. That volume killed it this morning, man. I don't know. Hopefully it'll come back, but these freaking bastards are tough to trade sometimes. Funko, toy company. And why am I way off in the deep end in terms of a small turnaround there? Nothing outrageous, but definitely a small turnaround. Tilray was looking like garbage. And actually, I think we mentioned the other day it was having a good day here that it was bouncing off those prior lows. Volume doesn't, it's hard to get sense of volume with this here, but it doesn't look that expansive here. But that could be an opportunity with a higher low here for Tilray maybe to get back up there to that 1150 level. So we've seen resistance there at about 1064, give or take. It's actually not a horrible setup. This is why I go out because I look in the future, don't I? Takes us out to 824. Some decent gains here. If you look, we're actually declining in this little flag right here in terms of volume on the daily time frame. It's actually pretty good. Nice big update right there. Sideways consolidation, high or low, which is what you see here. And then trying to break back out to the upside. That's actually got some potential to it. All right, so there's Cron. UAL up 3%. Nothing too tremendous. Oh, you leaving? Oh, it's Friday. Okay, boys asleep? All right. Have a good day. Don't lick anything. Don't lick any doorknobs. Yeah. Corona's out there. I'm licking all these doorknobs. It's my house. Hey, hey, babe. No more phones before bedtime anymore. Bye. See, that's how you do it, Rob. And then she reminds me I was the one on the phone. Welcome to marriage. Marriage is a huge mirror. It's like you're a bad person. Well, actually, you're the bad person. Oh, they're right. Oh, I suck so bad. All right, Tesla up in the upper echelons? No, it's not. It is not. I should have just given my $300 to charity. UAL, NCLH up here on our watch list, on our actionable list. Wins up here. That's not win. That's win. So one's still in a not too bad location. Doesn't have a tremendous amount of doesn't have a tremendous amount of support down here, but and Tesla tanking on us right now. Yep, there goes my 300 bucks. I just gave some rich guy 300 bucks. I guess I could sell it and try to salvage something. Oh, let's see what I can salvage. Half of that. It's not bad. All right, so I wasted 150 bucks. There you go. Only lost like 48% in like 20 minutes. All smiles and sunshine over here. All right, that was worth it for a 10x trade in several hours. And look, my account balance barely budged. That's good. All right, yeah, I remediated that one, so it's not too bad. All right, well, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Hopefully the rest of your Friday is good. Hopefully your weekend's good. Arizona on Sunday, we're gonna have 116. Let me double check that. I know you guys are super worried about that. Yeah, 116, 114 tomorrow, 116 on Sunday, 109 today, which won't be that. 109's hot, but it's not too bad. And then 109 for the foreseeable future. So I guess I get my wish. We'll see how the solar does with the hot ass Arizona summertime. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Stay safe out there, and I will see you on Monday. Bye bye.